Blair or anybody saying what we want is social order and peace and harmony, no more battles and fights. That sounds good. That's the what. That sounds lovely on paper. That looks great. No more war. I'm all for it. Sure. And so what we've got to understand is that the mass of people go, yeah, and vote the guy in, are voting for the what. But if only those people were more savvy to say, yeah, but what's about the way? You know, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You can't cut the limb of the tree on which you're sitting and call it sanity. So you're pruning the tree, but you're cutting off the the branch on which we sit. Meaning you're hundreds of years legally and hundreds of years in economy are being put back. Do you know that? What's happening in the last couple of years is arresting us. In American context, it's throwing people back hundreds of years. It's taking away incredible liberties and freedoms. You see? So what about the way that something is being done? The what we can understand. Immigrants want to come and have a new home in another country. Absolutely, I can understand that. That's the what. But the way and the why are two different things. A person killed another human being. The what, maybe I can understand that. But what's the motive? Why did they do that? And what about the way that they executed their desires? You see? Now, this is where the psychology comes in, because the what you can see with your senses, Henrik, but the way is only a form of clairvoyance. Because even if you ask the person, why did you do this, you can never be sure they're going to tell you. Right? And they may not know. And they may lie. So don't you see now that this is where a great problem exists in human nature? That human nature has got so far as to be able to basically recognize the what of a thing. But the clairvoyance or the intuition or some other kind of quality of observation, except in very, very, very few people, is mostly lacking in the world of how to really know the why. We're almost in like a sort of a desert when it comes to this. We're in a wilderness of the whys and also the way that things are done. This is what is most disturbing. In fact, people find this hard to understand. Just think back to any violation that's ever happened to you from any friend or anybody that's done you wrong. And I'm not saying they haven't done you wrong. That's the what. Right? The what is a factual thing. Somebody totally did something wrong to you. Now examine whether it was the what that caused you the great trauma or the pain, or the way that they did it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. That needs to be meditated on. So I'll leave people with that. And concentrate on that in a more of a social context as well. Because the what may be understood. Oh, we want to stop famine in the world, so we have to have the World Bank. We just have to, have the Red Cross, and we just have to have all of these organizations and the Bank of International Settlements, and we really, really need United Nations and a global police force. And we need one money system, because then it'll make your banking so much easier. And we just want to take away all the trouble in your life, all the things that make your life difficult. That's what we're all about. We're going to have fingerprinting and all of these kinds of. But you're wanting it. If people if stand up and actively say, no, we don't want that, thank you very much, but no thanks, we don't want it. Do you know that in Florida, it did take them 4 years, but the tomato pickers went on strike against Taco Bell, and even though it took 4 years, they absolutely won hands down. They completely had that company on its knees. Because people always come back and go, well, it's very hard to win those kinds of things. Actually, no, it's not. It's just that people don't endure long enough. And then, of course, when they do win, you never hear about it in the media. If the coal miners in the 1970s had hung out just a little bit longer against Thatcher, they would have won. If the people who fought the Hormel company in Minnesota had hung out longer, they would have won. People have incredible power. That Florida incident shows you that this entire corporation that told them to go and suck for 4 years turned coat. They ended up having to do it because the people just wouldn't go back to work. And they wouldn't pick the tomatoes, and that company turned around, this corporate giant, and was begging them in the end. It won. And all the concessions of these tomato pickers was granted.
And that's the most dangerous thing you can communicate to people.
Most people haven't heard about
working.
this. But they need to get in and look it up on the internet, the Taco Bell court case, the tomato pickers, and find out what incredible victory that was. And so I say that when people if they really do concertedly, nobody's forcing anybody to go to work, nobody's forcing people to buy certain products, nobody's forcing anyone to go to these corporations and work for them and champion them. And if anyone stood up, whether it was to not pay taxes for a while or not to get the petrol for a while, if they really concertedly did it, people have no understanding of their own power. I've got quotes from the boys, the top of the establishment, telling you that we've got to prevent people getting together. Because they're lethal. If those people should ever, have one brain, one mind, and come together in any way. The reason why there's no change in the world is not because some dark, evil force is working on you, as much as nobody has any coherence anymore. Everybody's factions. Look at how many factions exist and fragments in society today. Not only the basic ones, but so many more. Nobody can agree to get one thing done.
Isn't that interesting? With the lack of individuality, you can't cooperate at all.
Right.
In a way. Maybe it's interesting.
Well, this is why in the end, as Bogreitz once said, in the end, it's only the reason why the human family will put down all of these differences is when it realizes that it's been shot at by a common enemy. And hopefully that will then turn people around. But there's other psychological components in all of this, and people need to become very aware of how thought creates reality, and realize that is in you. You can change at any given moment of the day or night. You have the power to change your own thinking. That's all you have the rights over. You don't have any political right. I'll tell you that right now. You can do a little bit here and there on the social level if you feel like it, but never think for a moment that your action politically is going to really make any major changes in the world. The only thing that you can do that has any true and fundamental power, staying power, lasting power, any true metaphysical, spiritual meaning is to change yourself and your own thinking patterns. That's it. Bottom line.
Something to think about and meditate on. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's a great way to end it for now this time, Michael. This has been, again, very, very good interview, and nice to get all that information. I recommend, lots to think about and lots to go through. Recommending you listen to this at least, twice to get things, really, go through those at the beginning of those quotes again, and getting your head around all this. Absolutely.
Well, we'll put up a lot of the links through for people to explore this more.
Yes,
because again, don't believe what I'm saying. Investigate it for yourself.
Yeah.
Look at something from both sides.
Yeah.
Leave these stupid partisan allegiances aside and study a subject, for itself.
Yeah.
To really discover something. If that serves to embolden your beliefs, that's fine. Then at least reason is behind your belief systems.
Yeah.
Or if it tells you, I'm going to move on from this is no longer serving me, then that's fine. At least you're making the decision.
Yeah.
Where there is doubt, there is freedom.
Before we finish off here today, Michael, tell potential new listeners that don't know about your website. You get a new forum up there. Of course, tell us also about your excellent DVD series that I recommend highly to people to get. Skip a night at the bar or whatever and get yourself one of those DVDs, because that's real good information right there. So,
well, if people are into what we're doing today, then I recommend the Divination and the Goddess tradition, because that's one that has a lot of solutions in it. It answers that big question that I get a lot from, not just on the forum, but at conferences all over the world. People are saying, what do I do about these problems? And I keep answering in exactly the same way, as that this is not a matter of doing, it's a matter of being. Doing is actually part of your problem. And of course you get total silence instantly at that point, because you go, what do you mean? Is there a difference? Well, the Divination and the Goddess, that can be found in Origins and Oracles. I recommend people to get that. To start re-understanding that concept about doing and being. There's a great secret within that dichotomy right there. The main website is taroscopes.com, or michaeltsarion.com. You can go there, and michaeltsarion.com gets people to all the other websites. The new forum is at redicecreations.com/MSAR forum.
Yeah.
And people are welcome to come on there and leave their comments. And the motto of the forum is to help us open the eyes of the world.
Yeah.
We gain wisdom, we gain understanding about something, then we can share that. It's no buy and sell. It's just like, here, let's share. What we're seeing, what we're discovering, what our story is.
Yeah.
And people are welcome to come onto the Red Eye site. Become subscribers to hear the other interviews. What we're doing with our projects is really exciting, and
absolutely.
People are really getting turned on to that.
Yeah.
Because the concept of the internet, radio, is a really powerful. I'm a big believer in it, and really believe that people should be, attentive to that and be part of that as much as they can be.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, Michael, thank you so much for coming on, and looking forward to our next chat very much. So until then, take good care.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget you can pop a question to a regular or upcoming guest, or comment about the show by calling our voicemail, and we might play up your comment or question during the show. This is a great way to communicate, interact and participate in the program until we have set up our own live streams. You can find all the details, the phone number you should call and the next upcoming guest in our radio section. So just head on over to redicecreations.com and click on radio on the left hand side menu, and from there you can read all about it. Red Ice Creations is taking next week off from the news updates and the radio show to work and dive deeper into research for our film projects. So we will be back again on Sunday, the 27th of May. Thank you for listening to the program, and thanks to Fredrik Palmgren for the audio production. This is Henrik Palmgren. Until the 27th, take good care and take it easy.